All right, let's get this thing going here. We're gonna be busy today. There's gonna be a lot of videos. We're gonna try something different. So this is not Ubuntu, but it says Ubuntu. It should be something else. I'm testing it to see if I'm having problems with any of the settings on this computer. I think this might be Zorin, which I don't want. If it's Zorin, I'm restarting. I thought it was Peppermint, but I guess apparently it's not. It just actually looks like regular Ubuntu. So it should be Ubuntu 25, the newest one. You know, you can love it or hate it, but Ubuntu just usually works. So we're doing this in real time just to see how long would it take you to install Ubuntu? How long would it take you to get Ubuntu up and running? Shouldn't be too long. I'm going to guess like 10 or 13 minutes. And right now, it's like probably on the live desktop. And the most important thing is we can see we have internet. So like if you don't even want to try this, or I mean like if you don't want to install it, you can just come in here and download it on a USB stick. Let me close this out. And you can come in here, you've got everything you need. You can just use it off the live disk, basically. Once it, I don't know how it loads it into memory or what it does, if it loads it into the RAM, I don't know. There's different ways that some of them work. But when you really think about it, they've really outdone themselves for the average Windows user. Because I think the reason it's successful, it doesn't look like Windows, okay? It doesn't look like Windows. And I think that's the most important thing. It can't look like Windows. If it looks like Windows, then you expect it to act like Windows, and then you get confused when it doesn't work right. And now your expectations aren't met. But anyway, so this is kind of like what I like about Ubuntu is having this right here where I can visually see everything and I can scroll through. Okay? I like this GNOME desktop, the way it works like that. And if I was to run with Arch Linux, this is how I would make my Arch Linux look like, believe it or not. I mean, some of the stuff I wouldn't have on here, but you can remove them from Ubuntu also. So basically, Arch is just really stripped down. But anyway, we're going to install this, okay? So if you're new and you're like, hey, I want to try this out, I want to install it, watch this video and I'll show you. It's not real complicated. It's literally just kind of click, click, click. I recommend that you don't have to deal with Wi-Fi, but if you do, you know, it will ask you everything. Interactive installation, yes. I always click the offline friendly selection of Office tools, utilities, and web browser. What it means is it will download those. Also, I always click install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. So back in the day, that was the biggest problem with Linux. Like we just saw with Arch Linux, I got it all done, and there was no, I didn't have any of the software for the internet stuff. So this is really important stuff. And back in the day, it was really a problem on old laptops because they'd have like an Ethernet connection, and then they'd have a PCMI slot for any kind of wireless. And so a lot of times, there just wouldn't be a driver for that. Or maybe the version of Linux you wanted to try wouldn't support your driver for your video card, you know? So we can install Ubuntu alongside Arch Linux, or we can erase Arch Linux. Arch Linux is not working for us. I don't know what this difference between that one is. Ooh, we don't. It better not be on that drive. Holy moly. So make sure before you do anything that you're not installing it on the wrong drive if you have multiple drives. Okay, and then you create an account. We're going to call it YouTube Ubuntu. Or just call it YouTube. We'll just call it YouTube. YouTube ham. Alright, that's good. And then you need to put a password in here. I always use a simple password. I don't really care because I'm constantly changing it. I also uncheck require my password to log on, because other people will be using the computer and they might not want to have to do the password every time. Select your time zone. If you already have the internet hooked to your computer, it should automatically already do it. Kind of gives you a review, kind of shows you what's going on. A lot of this stuff here, if you're using Arch, you would have to know what to check. But this is using ext4, and it shows that it created a format of FAT32 using a boot EFI. There's SDA1, SDB1, and SDB2, and SDC. So I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4 partitions or something like that. I'm not super familiar with how partitions and stuff like that work. In fact, I really need to educate myself on it. But at any rate, we're at 7 minutes. I honestly think you can install Arch Linux faster than you can Ubuntu. But then again, this is installing a lot of other programs. So at 7 minutes and 32 seconds, we literally are going to be sitting here watching this for quite a while. I would say you're probably going to be watching this for at least probably 10 more minutes. And normally what I do when I do one of these is I just go ahead and I pause the video. But I'm also using the video to see how long it takes to do it. So I guess I'll just let it run. And I'm gonna go get some coffee and use the bathroom and all that good stuff and come back. So I'm just gonna let it run. I would recommend, if you're watching this, just skip through this. We're just doing this so we can keep track of the time. I don't want to sit here and write down the time on a piece of paper and do all this other stuff, And also, longer videos on YouTube, some reason for my channel, seem to help the algorithm. Alright, I got my coffee. Went to see what kind of trouble the kids were causing. And now we're at 11 minutes, 12 minutes. So if it gets done in like 15 minutes, I would be really shocked. I think maybe what I could do is maybe my watch says it's almost 7 o'clock. I'll write down how many minutes we're at on a piece of paper, and once it's 7 o'clock, my watch is off, by the way, but okay. At that time, I think we'll be at about 13 minutes on this. So we got 13 minutes right now. Minus about 15 seconds. So 13:15. That's hilarious. So we went 2 minutes. So that made us at 15 minutes. Because we actually, yeah, so 15 minutes is what it took. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my other screen to work because I've got dual monitors, dual video cards. It did work perfectly fine on some of the other Linux distros. Oh, we need to install the boot media. I wonder what the hell is this doing? It's like, come on, man. It's like a restart. So we could technically add like a little bit more time to it. So we're at about like almost 17 minutes. So basically, here it is here. We're at the welcome screen. We don't want to share our data. And we don't want to sign up for Ubuntu Pro. The App Center is really cool. It will show you lots of stuff. As you can see, there's Steam, Discord, Audacity, all these things. The Brave browser. I mean, like, you could totally just get everything like completely going on here. So you got Firefox. And then I recommend you add this privacy badger thing. And also a couple of other things. So come in here and type in an ad blocker. Download this ghostery one. There's an update, so we'll click install you now. And then it's going to want your password. And so we're going to do that while that's running in the background. And it'll ask you to enable it, and then okay. And then kind of close that out. And back out of the screen here, we've got ad blocker for YouTube. I totally recommend trying it. And then click OK. Close their page. Back out of that. And then Ad Blocker Ultimate is really good. If you find something on a web page that your ad blocker isn't blocking, like you just come over here and you can right click on it and tell it to block that particular item. Like on QRZ.com, I block the whole thing. I even block certain elements of QRZ that I don't like, where like the guy has like the no YouTube thing or something. Some guy, I don't know who he is. He's like anti-YouTube, but he's like writes a blog or something. I don't know what this thing is doing, but it seems to be froze. It's probably because at the same time we're doing updates. Okay, add. Okay, and then close this out. So let me come in here and just go like QRZ and show you. QRZ. Okay. So see this Dave Jensen guy, trials and errors. The ham life with an amateur. Read our no YouTube ham column. I just don't think he's all that important, and I don't really care to see a painted picture of him every time that I come on here. So what I do, I right click it, and I go Ad Blocker Ultimate, and I click Block Ad on this website, and we can just select the ad. See that? You can get the whole thing or part of it. Click that, and block. Boom. We have gotten rid of the no YouTube dipshit, Dave Jensen. Dave, you've been removed because you're a dildo. So anything you don't want on here, okay, I don't want to look at this Gigaparts thing, because that to me is an ad. We go Ultimate Ad Blocker. Block ad on this site. Boom. Block. Done. Gone. How about this online swap meet? It is automatically already blocking all the ones on the side. Now when you see QRZ without any ads, it's really nice. Now you can also support QRZ and pay for their, subscription, and you can pay another $10 and they'll block your ads. I feel like QRZ, all they're focused on is this contesting stuff. The contest crew, I don't give a shit about you guys. I don't fucking care about your fake 5.9 signal reports or your illegal amounts of fucking power that you're running for some stupid contest so you can put a piece of paper on the wall in your shack. Like, that's like, my dick is bigger than you bullshit. Who fucking cares? Who cares? So, most of what's on here lately is all that kind of stuff, and just, I don't know, I don't want it. So I don't spend a whole lot of time on QRZ anymore, and I don't like how QRZ has officially inserted itself as the authority on whether or not somebody else's license is good or not, but that's just me going off on a rant. This is basically a ham channel, so we're talking about ham radio stuff, but if you're not a ham, this video was basically just to kind of show you how to set this thing up on Ubuntu, how to get the ad blockers going, how to set Firefox up to work nicely. And now let's say you want to go play some games or something. Click OK, go over to that little guy there, the App Center, and just search for whatever you want. So let's go games. This is a really cool game. I love this game. OAD. It's kind of like Age of Empires type stuff. It's very addictive if you're into these kind of games. You build your city, you get attacked, you build your city. The better you do, the more likely you are to be attacked. You build buildings, it's just like, I used to love playing this stuff. Real-time strategy game of ancient warfare. Is it already installed? Installing. You can usually back out of here. It won't do anything funky. You got DOSBox. You have Discord. But so the OBS Studio in here is not one that you want to install. You need to get Snap Pack. So here's some Steam stuff. You can do. I don't know. I haven't ever played Minecraft, but I need to like figure it out because my boys do. And one person was talking about setting up your own Minecraft servers with an old computer. So I'm wondering, like, can I set up a server and then my kids can like play on different computers? Anyway, there's lots of cool stuff that you can do on here. And then you come down in here and you got all your apps and stuff. And you just quickly scroll through and see what you got. And there's software updater, the software updater and software updates. They're kind of different. But transmission is for BitTorrent stuff. And then you got your terminal. But honestly, in Ubuntu, you probably will never need to use the terminal. So then you have a disk creator, which can help you burn bootable disks for other distributions and stuff like that. There's a text editor, and I think we have all the Office stuff in here too, like probably LibreOffice or whatever. I guess it's not in here. System. You have disk management stuff. LibreOffice calculator, LibreDraw, Impress, Math, and also there's a program called the GIMP. The GIMP is the graphic image manipulation program that offers some pretty good stuff, like Adobe-like kind of stuff. It's been around for a long time. So it was an alternative to like Adobe, Photoshop, and Illustrator, things like that. And Adobe is really bad news anyways. They've all kind of went to subscription base. So, pretty simple system here, guys. Get a music player over here. And you can do some podcast stuff, Last FM. I don't know much about Libre FM. I personally like this one, but I don't know if it's even available. It's called Amarok. Amarok right here. And Amarok is a little bit different. And it has like internet radio stations, and you can browse by like genre, and it has some really cool underground stuff. So I've been using that off and on just different versions of Linux for a really long time. It's been out for like a good 20 plus years, I think. I'm pretty sure that when I was messing with Linux in like 2004, 2005, they had it on there. So it'll take a minute to install, but also Linux is doing some updates. But that's Ubuntu 25 for you, and that's the latest release as far as I know. So check it out, try it out.